Do you want to learn how to get better at every aspect of building in Minecraft? Well, you're in luck because today you are at the Builders Academy here, and my name is Mr. Lemon Slice, and today we're having an in-person class. Now, what is today's class going to be about? Today's class is going to be about the very first step of every build in Minecraft, the first step everybody has to take. This episode will be about inspiration, where you'll find inspiration to make your builds. So let's jump right into the lesson, guys. Let's head over to the blackboard and let's get started. Yes, guys, inspiration is the most important part of the start of a Minecraft build. That rhymed well. What you have to do to begin a Minecraft build is get inspiration to build something, and you have to have that idea in your head, and you have to have a mental picture of exactly what you want to build. Now, the first way I always do this is an easy, quick Google search. So let's just search medieval towers, for example. And we'll go over to images, and don't mind my spelling, medieval is always a word that gets me. Over here, we can scroll around and look, and obviously I have been looking. We can look for pictures that we like and some inspiration. It can come from anywhere. For example, up here, this is a Lego set. Maybe you like this. You can use that as inspiration for a build. Or down here, more Lego sets. Lots of inspiration everywhere. And once you find something you like, just like this is something I really like. I enjoy this build, but maybe that's not enough. Maybe I just need a little bit more inspiration. I want to change up the bottom. Maybe I don't like the way the bottom is. So what you can do is go to a different source. One I like to use is Pinterest. And over on Pinterest, you're able to search so many different things. And if we search the same exact thing, medieval towers, we're going to get so many more pictures that are different from the Google images. Maybe not all of them are different, but a lot of different ones. And students, this is what we're going to do. You're going to scroll around until you find something you like. For example, what is something that looks like that tower? I mean, this up here looks similar to this other tower we found. So maybe I like the bottom down here with this one. And it looks like this is some kind of toy set or sculpture someone made or something. But it doesn't matter what it is because we can use it as inspiration. As long as it isn't someone else's Minecraft build and you're copying it, that is something you should not do. That is not inspiration. That is stealing. So students, let's head on out of the classroom. Let's head outside to the play yard where we're going to be able to select our blocks for this build, and I will show you how to use this inspiration to create a build. So folks, with both of our pictures next to us, we're able to look at them and see what would it translate to in Minecraft. And if I go ahead in here, the blocks that I always choose for this stone base at the bottom of these medieval builds is going to be stone, cobblestone, andesite, sometimes polished andesite, and then of course we're going to get some stone bricks in here. And then I will grab stair variants, I will grab slabs and walls of that as well. Now that I have that, next thing it looks like the color at the top of this tower with the blue, it looks kind of like birchy. So we're going to get some stripped birch, some normal birch, and this is what I do. When I get too many items, I just throw them on the ground and then I pick them up after. So let's grab some birch. Let's get the stairs, the slabs, and the fence gates as well. And then the last thing, guys, we're going to grab some warped stuff because that seems to be what the roof is made of. So we'll grab that right there, and then I guess I'll grab some stairs as well. And then the next thing I'll do is I'll grab my miscellaneous things like glass panes and lanterns and things like that. Some just miscellaneous. Actually, we will grab the soul lantern. I feel like that'll be better for this build. There we go. Block palette completely laid out, and now it's time to start the construction. And here we go, guys, constructing this up in Minecraft. Now I want to say that when you're using inspiration like me right here, the way I'm teaching you to do, you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. You know, you can build and add anything you want to it or change it up however you want. So I had to change this build up quite a bit. I switched from birch to oak. I had to change a few things because it got a little top heavy, a little too much wood on the top, and it ended up not as good as I actually wanted it to. I could have put a little more time in this. This took me about 25 minutes. If I had put a little extra time, probably could have polished this up to actually make it super enjoyable and nice, but I actually am pretty proud of what I created. It looks pretty similar to what I was going for. I got those stairs on the bottom from the second picture, and then I changed up the block palette right here to try and match it a little better. And I hope you guys like the build. This is, again, just an example. The build that I'm doing doesn't really matter. It's just for example's sake. And there we go, guys. I hope this was a helpful example as to how you can find inspiration online for Minecraft and translate it into Minecraft with picking out the block palette and building it up. And I actually really like this build. It ended up being decent. Again, like I said, it isn't as good as I wanted it to be. I probably would have added more windows and stuff too, probably put a block there. But yeah, I could have made this a little bit better. One thing I would have changed is I probably would have done the roof a little up here a little differently. Probably would have carved out this a little better, made it a little more symmetrical on all the sides, because I was kind of getting messy here. If I knock out some of these, maybe that'll be a little bit better. And you know, it just has a little too much wood up here. I think maybe if I could go back and change some of this middle part out for stone or something. But overall, I'm happy with how I took the picture and put it into Minecraft. And this is kind of what I do with a lot of my builds. If you guys follow me on TikTok or anything, that all of those builds start with looking up pictures online and getting inspiration and taking pieces from multiple different pictures and putting them together. And a few more final notes, guys, that will really help you use this technique and inspiration to evolve your building abilities. So one last thing I want to say, guys, is use what you have, what you got inspiration for, and build off of it. For example, if I took the exact thing from this tower, if I took, you know, some stone, some wood, these style choices, and the roof, and I built a little building off to the side, and I used the same palette and the same window style and barrels in it, and the same warped roof, it would be the same style as the tower, but a little building, and then another tower, and I could make an entire castle out of it, which brings me to my second point. You need to use multiple sources of inspiration. Say you found a nice picture of a castle from the top down and you really liked it, but you couldn't really tell what the buildings looked like. So what you did is you went and you found a picture like this of a nice tower, and you love the block palette and the design. So you chose that design, built the tower, and then used the top down picture of the castle to lay out different buildings in this style. So you're combining multiple styles of inspiration to form different things. If you saw my castle build, my mega castle, it didn't have a name, my mega castle build, that was so much inspiration, like so many different places, like 10 different castles and a bunch of different smaller builds, and it all pieced together to make one big beautiful build. There is a lot of inspiration all over the place. Pay attention to everything that catches your attention. For example, sometimes I'll have to pause a movie or a TV show to take a picture of something because it is building inspiration for me. That is, first of all, unhealthy, but also it's good because then you're getting inspiration from everywhere. So always be looking out. Look at video games or TV shows or art. It is absolutely everywhere. And one last thing I want to mention, guys, is world edit. Some people don't like world edit, but if you are truly trying to become a better builder and get better at building, faster at building, and learn, world edit is your friend. This is basically a tool to speed things up, because if I built this wall right here, why would I just keep building that same wall over and over until it's done when I could just copy and paste it all the way around? That helps so much, and it saves so much time so that you can get done with the build and move on to another build and get better at building. Practicing is how you get better. So let's head back into the classroom, guys. And so, guys, what are the things that we learned in today's class? The first thing we learned about is our resources. And what are those? Those are going to be Google and Pinterest. Those are the two that I use a lot, and I'm sure you can find so many more. And if you do, let me know. I'd be really open to hearing about more resources for finding inspiration. And the next thing we discussed in class was how to pick your block palette off of a picture, and how to decide what block is what and what would go good to translate something from a video game, a real life picture, a piece of art, something into Minecraft. And finally, I showed you an example of my construction of a tower that I found a picture of online, and combining two pictures, I was able to use that inspiration to make it in Minecraft. So I hope you enjoyed this first episode of the Builders Academy series that I'm going to be doing to make you a better builder. And next week, I hope you're around, because we're going to be talking about texture and color. And I hope you are ready to become a good builder because that's where this class is going to take you. I hope I see you next week, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers.